What's poppin', y'all? It's your boy AJ.
It's your boy Nick.
This is Hip Hop Vibes, a podcast. What's pop with you, homie?
What's going on, man? You know, recovering from last night, man.
Right, definitely.
Good concert.
I am still tired. Still
Good
tired,
concert,
yeah. Even with me taking a nap, I just woke up maybe 30 minutes ago. But we here. So yeah, me and my boy, we went to this Larry June concert last night. We're definitely gonna talk about that and among some other things. But before we get into that, this past weekend, the BT Awards happened. I think it's just like the 22nd BT Awards. Yeah, this happened this past weekend. I personally didn't get a chance to watch it. There's a lot of stuff going on. One, wrestling was on. Two, I was on my boy's podcast. Two, I was on my boy's podcast around the same time. Get a Bucket podcast. Make sure you check out my boy Trey. Get a Bucket. If you're a huge sports fan, there's definitely a podcast to check out. He's on YouTube. The Get a Bucket podcast. But real quick, we can go through these awards. This is the first time I actually seen ties for the award shows. That's weird. So for album of the year, it was a tie. It was a tie between Beyonce and SZA with Renaissance and SOS.
Wow, tie! It is a tie. That's ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying.
That's ridiculous. That is so stupid.
I had never seen that. Video of the year, Kill Bill, SZA. Makes sense. It was creative song, I feel like. Viewer's Choice Award, Break My Soul, Beyonce.
Yeah.
Best collaboration, Wait For You, feature Drake and Tim's. I give him that. Best male hip hop artist. No, best male R&B artist. Ty, Usher and Chris Brown. And that's interesting. That's best female R&B artist, SZA. Makes sense. Best female hip hop artist, Lotto. Best male hip hop artist, Kendrick. Best new artist, Coco Jones. Best group, Drake, 21 Savage.
Best group. That's interesting.
Right. That's funny. Right. I said the same thing. I was like, because I'm like, they're not really a group per se.
Nah.
Like the only real group on this list that I know of is Migos and City Girls.
Yeah.
Those are the only two real groups, at least that I know of anyway. Yeah. Oh. And then everybody else is kind of like international. Oh, and they got Kurt Franklin over there too with his group.
Maverick Music.
Yeah. At least they had a diverse. Because usually when you do groups, you usually just like best hip hop group or like best R&B group or whatever. But they lump them all together. Best movie, Black Panther. Best actress, Angela Bassett. This goes hand in hand. BET Her Award, Break My Soul, Beyonce. Beyonce won 3 awards. She wasn't even there.
Yeah, that's funny as hell, bro.
But according to social media, she's never at the BET Awards. Ever. And based on the stuff that I've seen, don't blame her. And you were like this, Burna Boy won Best International Act.
Nice. I like that, yeah.
So that was dope. And then, like I told you earlier, Busta Rhymes had the Lifetime Achievement Award, which is definitely well overdue for Busta Rhymes. Because I feel like he's very, I say underappreciated in the hip-hop game. I say underappreciated. I won't say underrated. Because again, he came out of time, Pop, Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas, and all them. So, he kind of gets overshadowed.
Yeah. I see, yeah.
But he definitely deserved that. And apparently they had no host at the award show. It was just performances and then the awards, and that was pretty much it. But they had mad performances, it looked like. They had Lil Uzi Vert, they had Sugar Hill Gang, MC Lyte, Big Daddy Kane, Lotto, Warren G, Yo-Yo, E40. Migos got back together. Well, Offset and Quavo got back together to perform.
Okay.
Yeah. Trick Daddy was there, Trina, Uncle Luke, Chief Keef, Yin Yang Twins, Jeezy, T.I., Master P. Oh, they had Trivia in there too? Okay. Oh, they had Keith Murray, Eric Sermon, and Redman together. That's dope. with Glorilla, Mad Skills, Terror Squad, Ice Spice. And I told you about Buster performance. She brought her Remy Ma, Rod Digger, Scarlet, and what's the old girl name? Cola Ray. Oh, they can't play up there. Can you play in social? Oh, that's dope. They had like all the dancing like songs together. They had Tootsie Roll, Crank That, and Swag Surfing. That's dope. I like the way they put all this together though. That's kind of dope. I'm usually not an award person awards person just because like I don't know, like this just seemed like lackluster. Just the awards in general, not just the BT awards, but just the award shows in general. What's your take on the award shows?
I mean, I don't watch it. I haven't watched it for a long ass time.
Same.
BET Awards. I don't think except for the 2 times I actually went to the BET Hip Hop Awards.
Oh, you did tell me about that.
I got to go twice, but other like in person. But other than that, I never watched it.
You remember the years you went?
Yeah, I went like in 2012 and 20. I think it was 2012. When was it? 2013, I think. Yeah, I remember. But yeah, 2 Chainz was really big at the time.
Okay.
And the year before, I wasn't there, but my boy CJ met Kendrick in 2011.
So that's when he was first coming up. That's dope.
Yeah, but even like I don't know, man. Like as a producer, I definitely would be like, oh yeah. That's the funny thing. Like I don't really care to watch the show, but like if I, as a producer, if I was to get like a Grammy, I mean, that'd be great. That's just like
right.
It's weird how like much I would value it just as like a social status thing, but I don't even really give a fuck about like the actual show.
That's me too.
But I would say I don't know how they like actually come up with the BET Awards, like the winners. Like I know how the Grammy, they have like Grammy boards and musicians that are part of the Grammy boards and the governors. They're called governors over the boards. They actually are like musicians and actually involved in the industry. So like their votes to me matter a little bit more. Like if my peers are voting me up there, that matters a little more than just some random like, marketing shit, which to me kind of like if you have a tie, that's just some political bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? They wanted to make 2 people happy. And so they like gave both people the prize. That's not legit to me, but I don't really care that much for them. Not really, man.
I feel that. I want to say the last award show I watched, maybe 2012.
Wow.
That might have been the last time I watched like a full award show, like in general.
Yeah.
And then like the only award show I usually watch was fucking the Hip Hop Awards, and even then I only watched it for the ciphers. I didn't really care for like the actual awards itself. But even then, the ciphers over the years kind of like was like,
yeah,
because nobody really freestyles like that anymore.
Right.
So, yeah, I feel the same way. Like award show wise, I'm just like, don't really care for them. Like, and it's crazy because like we're both trying to be like in the hip hop biz and the music biz and all that. So you should care a little bit, but it's like, if I did get an award, oh great, that's dope. But like, if I don't get one, it's like, okay, cool.
Right.
If I don't get invited, it's like, all right, that's cool.
Right.
Like I said, it's all political. Most of them are political at the end of the day, anyway. Especially if you do like underground stuff. It's like if they had like an underground award, that would be dope. Like best underground artist or up and coming artist type shit. Not necessarily new artists, but like people to watch out for type shit.
Yeah, that'd be cool to put shine some light on artists bubbling under the surface.
Right. The even BT Awards, like when they do like the red carpet stuff right before that, where actual award show starts, they usually had like concerts of like up and coming artists and stuff like that. So doing stuff like that, I feel like making an award out of that. But and they had a tribute concert for Tina Turner. And apparently Patti LaBelle fucked all of that up. Fucked her part of it, from what I heard. Like I watched it, but everybody was like talking. It was memes going everywhere on social media. I was like, damn. I'm like, was it that bad? And it was like, yes. I was like, oof. She ain't know not one word. I was like, damn. And then they said the crowd was dead at the awards show too. I'm like, damn. Like I said, the only performance I saw was Busta Rhymes, and then even then, like I'm trying to listen to the crowd. I'm like, I don't hear shit. I'm like,
Yeah, they
it
just
was dead, bro. I was like,
sitting
yeah.
there. Yeah.
I think the biggest hype they got was when Cola Ray came out,
Mm.
and that tells like the age of the audience or like the age group or whatever of who all was
Yeah.
there. I mean, she had a good performance though, so definitely she had a good performance when she came out, and she's popping right now. So
Yeah, man.
just overall, the crowd was dead. But speaking of crowds, we're gonna transition to this concert we went to. Now that was a lit crowd.
Yeah,
That
that was
crowd
a
was a
good time,
vibe,
man. That was a good time, man.
right? So, like I said, like we said earlier in the show, me and Nick went to Larry June concert last night. Like I said, it was a vibe.
Yeah, bro. That was definitely a vibe. We played a lot of good songs. Um, yeah, no, it was great. It was really great, honestly.
Yeah. What's some of your favorite songs that you performed?
Man, he did Organic Fatherhood. Talked
Mm-hmm.
about that one. Definitely that one.
That's my
He
favorite
did
song.
he did so many of the ones off of like uh Into the Late Night, the Cardo mixtape. He did a bunch
Yeah,
of joints off there. Of course, he did Watering My Plants and Smoothies in '91 and
Summer Rain,
Summer,
Summer
of course, Summer Rain. Did
Rain.
Summer Rain, '89 Earthquake, Palisades. I don't think he
like
did
like
Corday
6
Madera.
a.m.
I don't think he did that joint. I don't think he did that. Was
I don't think
surprising.
so. He did 6 a.m. in San Ludo. That's how you say it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's Sausalito.
Sausalito, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he
what it
did
is.
that one. He did yeah, he did like a lot of different joints. And one thing I think that stuck out to me was he had some like kind of like slow kind of shit you could like dance like with like a girl.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
kind of like
yeah,
a
yeah.
vibe that I didn't expect that. Like yeah, there was a bunch of couples there, and like especially to my right.
Oh yeah, I see that.
He actually
Yeah, I see
has
that.
music that like you like I don't think of that when I think of Larry, but that's he actually does that well too.
Hell yeah.
The outside of the usual West Coast like
Like
shit that he
like
does.
cruising type shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but his beats are so good, man. His beats sounded so good. They
Anytime
sounded
I see him
so
in
good.
Cardo, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's gonna be a banger.
It's so good, bro.
I think he performed like all of my favorite songs from him. He did
Yeah,
Grand Fatherhood, 6 a.m. in San Alito, Smoothie in 91, Summer Rain. And then he came out, then he brought out my boy Primo Rice. They performed,
yeah.
they all was on go. They did that joint.
Yeah,
So that
they
was
did a
dope.
couple of joints. They did
Yeah,
like two or
yeah,
three.
yeah, yeah. I was like, I'm like, and I said that before the concert. I'm like, what if he
Yeah,
brought out my boy Primo Rice? And sure
yeah,
enough, I gotta bring him some more local artists. I'm like, oh, you about to bring him out? I got so hyped when you brought him
yeah.
out. Like, let's go.
He had to, man. It was
You got
Maryland,
to, bro.
man.
Like, it's in Maryland, man. You're not a from like he from PG. You gotta go. You gotta do it. My
He
man
had
go.
good energy too.
Yeah, definitely. My
He had
man
a lot of
swagged out
energy.
too.
This little his polo,
Yeah, with
was
the
that
little
glitter
polo.
polo or some shit.
Like,
Yeah.
I ain't seen a polo like that since fucking high school. Like, damn. I used to see people rock that shit in high school, bro. But I always say that Primo Rice is low key kind of like Larry June of like Maryland
Mm,
because they kind of got like similar styles.
yeah, I can see that.
They rap about different shit, but just the vibe. It's the same.
Yeah, yeah, it's like smooth,
Yeah.
late night smooth shit. Like,
Good job, Larry.
yeah, you got him with that, man.
I did. Yeah, he did hit me back with that shit. Like, good job, Larry. Good job, crowd. I was like, hey, let's go.
No, man, he did a really good job, man.
Hell yeah.
Everybody was just having a good time. That was the best part. There's no bullshit,
Right. Everybody was
no fights
chill,
or
no
anything.
fights.
Everybody just chilling.
Right. I mean, you can't fight at Larry June concert, man.
Right.
This would be different if like fucking like Crime Mob or somebody came out type shit. Like if it was on that type of vibe, then like that makes sense.
Right. Like, he makes you want to just drive, go
Facts.
to Cali and start driving around.
Top down, wind blowing.
That's it, bro.
What you say is your favorite song from Larry June?
My favorite song is "You Gotta."
You got, oh yeah, you just said, yeah,
Because for
yeah,
me, I just like sums up his style. The whole song is just about pushing on and hustling and believing in yourself, and not paying any mind to haters and shit like that. And the beat is just crazy. That beat is so smooth, man.
facts.
So smooth. And I heard it the first time I heard it, I was in Cali. So that just like it just connected because it's just West Coast, man. It's just a West Coast sound. Yeah, I was in LA, heard it, and it was just perfect, man. It's perfect. But Organic Father, that's close. That's close up, man.
Oh yeah, that's definitely my favorite. That's my favorite joint.
I like Spaceships on a Blade too. The song, I like that one a lot too. It's a
Oh,
really good one.
what's the song on that album? The shit he did with
2 Chainz.
no. That's who, but
I like that one a lot.
the joint he did with Sid. The joint he did with Sid.
Oh yeah.
For the Night. I think it's called For the Night.
Yeah, for the night. Yeah. Oh, one for the night. Up on the right. Yeah. He's got little songs like that, bro. It's actually crazy. I've heard Larry June. I was at Sweet Green and I heard Larry June.
For real? That's Sweet Green?
Yeah, like at Sweet Green at the salad place. I heard Larry.
The one down the street from you?
Well, not that specific location, but another one in Rockville. I heard. Yeah, so his music's getting around, man. Like it's just getting around in random places. Like
yeah. When you hear in a spot like that, oh, you know you popping. That's how you know you popping.
Yeah, man. I just admire how he does business, man. Like I just clearly he's doing business really well,
right?
And as an independent, artist, yeah, right. Man.
No drama, you know what I'm saying? He's about his business, he's about his family.
Right. Yeah, like just regular shit, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like if it was, Larry, let's see, like when I bought my new car, was that before? Let's see, that was before. That was slightly before, but I was almost gonna say Larry encouraged me to get a new car. I was gonna say that because he's like the amount of times he talks about his cars. I'm like, bro, I want to drive some shit like that. I want to drive some.
He has some fire ass cars, man.
He got some nice cars, man.
It's like between him and Currency, like their car collection is crazy.
Yeah, man. I can't even imagine his insurance situation. Like, how do you have like 15 cars insured, dog?
Right. You're like, man, I could afford it, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Hey.
Baby. Yeah, nah, he's the man, though.
Facts. And he dropped an album earlier this year. I want to say back in March. He dropped The Great Escape with Alchemist, one of your favorite producers.
Yep. Yeah, man. That's definitely a different vibe. So I felt it was a really different vibe than his other music. Definitely still like chill and relax, but the kinds of beats he was going on like on previous projects like Cardo and Mr. Rogers and shit, it was a lot more like 808 sounds and West and like kind of that traditional West Coast like fat analog bass shit, the kind of funky sounding synth bass that they always have. He traded that in for Alchemist, and I thought it worked really well. It's just a very different like vibe. Like I felt like the tracks, none of the tracks didn't go as hard to me like as any of his other music.
Mm-hmm.
And me personally, some of the ones when he played it at the concert, I could feel the difference because like initially when I heard the Alchemist one, I was like, I wasn't impressed at first because I was like, oh, like the beats are are too relaxed, and then he's super relaxed, and I was like, this just isn't enough for me, you know what I mean? Because I was like, Alchemist has a very restrained style now, where his snare might be just like a light rim shot, and and even the kick isn't really hitting. That's not the point. Like it's mainly just a sample.
Yeah.
So at first I was like, as great as the samples are, at first I was like, I don't know, man. I kind of wanted like Cardo back, but then I listened to it another time, and I completely changed my mind. Then I listened to it over and over and over and over and over, just as much as any of his other shit. Yeah. And I love it. You know, it's just a different vibe. Like it's just a different. Like I wouldn't bump it in the cars quickly, but that's a lie. It's a fucking lie. I bumped that shit it's a lie. I bumped it for months. Yeah. So yeah, no. So I completely changed my mind after a couple listens. I was like, no, this definitely works. Yeah, it definitely is a vibe.
And that goes with all albums. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta listen to the album like a couple times to like
you gotta definitely give it you gotta really give it a couple shots. Like, you know what I mean?
Right, because a lot of people like they hear it one time, it's like, all right, oh, this is classic or this trash. I'm like, no, you gotta give it like another listen. You gotta give it at least give it, I say 2 to 3 listens at the very least. You gotta give it at least 2 to 3 listens to fully like, because you might hear some shit that you didn't hear the first time, whether it's like lyrics or like certain like instrumentation in the beat or whatever, or a sample. It's some stuff you might not catch like the first time.
Right,
so you
right away.
Gotta listen to this shit like at least 2 to 3 times to really fully grasp everything.
Yeah, man.
Like I know for me personally. Yeah, I know for me personally, like when I'm first listening, like I'm listening to everything the first time, but like my main thing, like the first time is the beat like grabbing my attention type shit. Then, you know what I'm saying, you know, if the beat's rocking, you know, all that stuff, I'm like, all right, cool. Then I go through like, you know, the lyrics and all that stuff. So, but mainly I go for the beat first. Then the second time listening, I'm listening to like any like bars or like just like lyrics that I might have missed the first time. And then the third time I'm listening to like any like instrumentation I might have missed. I'm like, I didn't hear that part.
That's of the beat before. Man. I like that.
Shit. Even like older like albums that I used to listen to like way back when, I go back and listen to it, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't realize this was in there type shit.
That's cool, man. Yeah. It's a process. It's a process. Yeah. What was your initial thought when you heard the album?
I thought it was dope. Just like you, like I had to go like when I first heard it, I was like, it's dope. I'm like, you know, it's dope, it's cool. But once I listened to like, you know, a second time, I'm like, oh yeah. And, you know, it's like it's better than I thought it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I went back to it a couple months later. Then I was actually just listening to it yesterday, where I was at work going back, and I was just like, yeah, there's more bangers in here than I remember. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah, it's definitely understated at times. But then you but if I played it right now, there's like pretty much every track I like. Like I don't just like any of the songs.
Of course I got that. Of course I got my favorites, but like overall, yeah, just let that shit ride. What do you say is your favorite song?
Favorite joint off there? The last song, I fucking love that sample. Margie's Candy House, I think it's called. The outro.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that one a lot. I like the one with Slum Village.
Oh yeah.
I was like Orange something. I really like that one.
Orange Village. Yeah.
I really like that one. Art Talk, 60 Days. The joint with Joey and Currency.
Oh yeah, that shit definitely banger.
I mean, yeah. So I'm like pretty much the whole album, bro.
Yeah. Of course, you know my favorite, Summer Rain. Summer Rains. What, Ty Dolla $ign on the hook?
Yeah, that's a good one, man.
And then, like you said, the joint with Currency and Joey Badass. Art Talk with Bodie James. The joint he did with Wiz. What happened to the world? Yeah, that joint was solid too. And the joint he did with Big Sean.
Oh yeah, Palisades. It's a whole. Yeah, it's such a soundscape, man. The whole shit is just like very, and I like that he had one producer. You know what I mean? It's just like very consistent.
that's actually like really common now. Like a lot of artists do like they're doing like a collab with a producer. That Freddie
Yeah,
Gibbs, Freddie Gibbs did one with Alchemist a couple years ago. He did one with Madlib. Um, Currency did the joint with Alchemist. I think Jay Rizzy did one
yeah.
with Alchemist too. And of
No,
course, you know,
it's definitely a good move and something that like with producers now, like we can be a bit more of our own brand
right?
because appreciation for instrumentals has increased. I mean, I think people maybe it's even just like the fact that some of the lyricism has gotten worse and people always love the beats, but now like producers have a little bit more of a voice, and so if you look at one of the top streaming artists in the entire planet right now, it's Metro Boomin. It's you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
his numbers are insane because when you producers were always told to like kind of just they make the shit and they don't even get credits. You know what I mean? Like somebody else
Yeah.
steals the credit, whatever. Now like they're getting more of what they getting more what they deserve, and so I'm just looking at it from a business standpoint. As a business standpoint, you do a collab album with somebody, you can potentially negotiate more of a share of the songwriting, and it could just really benefit you. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So
I mean, I actually saw a clip. You talking about like the way like how lyricism and all that. There was a clip. I think it was at the BT Awards. I think it was
mm,
at the BT Awards. Somebody interviewed Bow Wow,
mm,
and they were talking about. And man, and we talked about this on the last episode. How like hip hop hasn't like reached number one this year yet.
yeah,
They asked Bow Wow about it, and the Bow was basically just like because there's no lyricism anymore. Everybody sounds the same. Everybody's rapping about the same shit. Get the bag, do this, blah 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 blah. Everybody's talking about the same shit. There's no real creativity anymore.
mm,
And back in my day, saying that everybody sounded different. Everybody had something different to bring to the table.
mm.
Everybody had their own style. It wasn't on some trending type shit. Like you did your own shit. If it hit, it hit. If it didn't, it didn't.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying.
And then since we're in like the TikTok era now, everybody's just trying to get that, like 15-second of fame type shit. And then like,
Yeah.
something like the only popping song, like the only popping part of the song is like that whole like 10 to 15 seconds. Like everybody's completely
Yeah.
quiet until that part comes in, and then that's it. I'm like, nobody's really making hits for real.
Mm. Yeah. No, that's an interesting point, man. I think for me, like, and I agree with a lot of what you said. I think for me, like, getting older for real is like gives me a certain perspective that like I kind of see you kind of see like when I was younger and in the early 2000s, like I didn't
Mm-hmm.
have any reference point for a lot of the artists. So when I heard them, I'm like, oh, like I've never heard this person before. Like this is a brand new experience. But now that I get older and I see as the decades go by, I might not know it at the time, but like a lot of those artists were just stealing from the artists before them and the artists before them.
Yeah.
So I kind of like there's a Nas song called "No Ideas Original," nothing new under the sun. What's the lyric go? Yeah, nothing new under the sun. It's not. I forget the lyric, but the key idea is just no ideas original. Like you realize, like as I gotten older and I see the trends like resurfacing. I see early 2000s like resurfacing and being repurposed. I kind of see that like, yeah, nobody was ever like quite as original as I thought they were. And that like I would say that's bolstered by the fact. So my own age is bolstered by the fact that there are, a lot of tools now to go viral. Like going viral wasn't a thing, you know what I mean, until like how many years ago.
Right.
So like, I remember Soulja Boy, he blew up off of I think it was
Off
he was the
YouTube.
first one to blow off of YouTube. Like
Yeah.
so That was like 2006 or something. 2000,
Like
yeah, I think it was
I want to say
2006. I
like
think.
2007, 2006,
Yeah.
2007. I want to say 2007 actually.
And so
Yeah,
now,
2000.
like now, there's like a million ways now that you can like quote unquote go viral, which is essentially just blowing up at an extremely fast rate, and things are getting faster and faster and faster. So with that, like a temptation for people to want to like get a quick money grab becomes higher because they've got more tools to blow up. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I definitely see what you're saying about the originality and you know, the sort of like manufactured nature of everything where it's like copy and paste and shit. I mean, definitely is present now for sure.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I guess my point is like there always was a level of that. There always was a real level of that. It's just being done in a different way, I think. And yeah, the bars like I respect what Bow Wow's saying, but I'm not. But Bow Wow, he's saying that, like,
That's what
you
I
know
said
what I
too.
mean? Like, what the
That's
fuck?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so at the same time, I'm like, okay, like, I don't know
It's
if
like
you're
it
the
makes
one to talk
sense,
about
right?
creativity and creative concepts. Like, come on, man,
Right.
that dude is like the definition of industry plant. Like,
It's like he's
not
not wrong, but
he's not wrong, but yeah, at the same
it's like
time,
yeah,
like, yeah, like it's just, like you said, like things have just changed. So it's like now it's like the hottest thing to do is have a hot clip on TikTok. So
yeah,
music, even compositionally as a producer, I'm changing. Like I got to make sure that intro is fire. You know what I mean? Because like people aren't waiting for the rest of it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
You gotta grab their attention quick.
yeah, you got to get it really quick. So yeah, I mean, I see what he's saying, and I mean, I agree to an extent. Like but I think that's just sort of getting older too. You see the style changes, and you're like, oh man, like they're not doing it like they used to, and that's just kind of how this
Yeah.
shit goes. You know what I mean?
And plus now
Um,
it's easy to get your music out now. Like back then,
yeah,
you had to put shit like on cassettes or like CDs.
yeah,
So you
you
had to go
can,
to
yep,
you had to go to the radio stations and all them places. Hopefully you'll get your shit played. Now
yeah,
all you need is your phone. You just upload your shit. Boom. That's it.
yep. Yeah, it's definitely more accessible.
Right. Way more accessible.
But I was gonna say one more thing. Actually, I was talking to my wife about the
Mm.
female artist and the male artist shit that's going on, and she was like, I think my wife said she was like, I think a lot of the reason why the male artists keep like stalling and like kind of their careers getting fucked up and stuff is because like all that gangster shit is catching up with them to the point where like like careers are getting put on hold because
Mm.
Pooh Shicey's in prison for weapons charges. Like he was hot as shit. He was so hot. Caught like a year ago. He had
Mm.
his song with Gucci and like he had a couple songs, but he
Yeah.
was really hot. Weapons charges gone. Pop Smoke really hot. Murdered. Like a lot of male artists are like, unlike the female ones, like are getting caught up in shit and getting killed or being
Yeah.
a thug, going to prison. And that was one thing that she said as like a reason why the female artists are taking more of a hold is because a lot of the self-destructive shit that's going on with the male artists are actually blowing up in their faces.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even take off dying, like what I mean.
Yeah.
There's so many cases. Like I don't hear about the female rappers like dying at the same rate. Like I don't hear
Right.
about that.
That's
I
true.
don't hear about that happening at all. And if I'm a business person, I'm not going to invest like all this money in someone that's going to get killed. You know what I mean? Or
Right.
go to
Killed a
prison.
locked up. Yeah, that's
Like
true.
Kodak Black to me is a bit of an anomaly. Like he easily could have been an artist that like Atlantic just let go and we're like, you know what, you just keep going to prison. Like we're not going to put any more money into you. And so I was
Yeah.
surprised how he's continued to go even despite all the legal issues he has.
Right.
So he's an example that dodged that bullet, but
And that even goes
yeah,
back to like different generations. Like people, of course, people in the 80s and 90s, they were like in the streets and all that shit too. But like they weren't doing that just because, like, they're trying to hustle, like, their way out the hood type shit. Generation
yeah,
nowadays, they're just doing the shit just cause. Like the old heads doing the shit's like, why can't I do it? Like, but they ain't grow up in that same environment, in that same situation. It's like a lot of these niggas are just doing that shit just to do it, just because it seems cool and all that shit. And like you
No,
could
that's
blame
pretty
that
much.
in the old heads to an extent, you know what I'm saying? Because it was kind of glorified, and then America blew that shit up because it was selling.
Yeah.
But yeah, it
You
just
had talked. We
it's
had
a
talked
different
about that
mindset.
on the show about the all the affiliated like artists, all the gang affiliated artists. Like it's like a marketing thing now. You gotta be
Yeah,
part of a gang or something. Like
exactly. I remember on my radio show, I didn't announce it as such, but I did like 2 episodes. Like I did one episode, like everybody was like Crip affiliated, and then like another episode, everybody that's blood affiliated on a radio show. I'm like, it's a lot of motherfucking game bangers
there's a
in this joint.
lot of people.
I ain't gonna say game bangers, but there's like a lot of like affiliates.
Yeah.
And not everybody bangs. Some people just like, especially with Crip. I was like, damn, there's a lot of motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of these niggas in here. Good job, Larry. Good job,
Good job,
podcast.
AJ.
Hey.
Good job, podcast. Yeah.
Good job, neighbors. Hey. No, numbers.
I love how he did the ad libs after every song. He just did.
Oh, of course, you got to, man. You got to.
Acapella ad libs.
Good job, kombucha. Yeah. Like next concert up, 50 Cent.
50 Cent, yes, sir.
That's about to be a lit concert for sure.
It's gonna be a fun ass concert, man.
Like I said, I'm being there in my vest, my do-rag, my fitted cap. I'm finding some G-Unit shoes.
Yeah, he plays with G this season, man. I remember I saw him in the video. I forgot which video it was, but when I was a kid, he had the I used to always wear Yankees fitteds, just to piss off all the people because I mean I lived outside of Boston. But it would piss everybody off, and it just cracked me up.
That's funny.
And because my mom's from Queens, so I used to rock that shit. And I remember I wanted to buy the he had the black on black Yankees hat, except the Yankees remember the logo had like with white outline on it. So I caught that right after I saw 50 wear it. Yep. That was a time, man.
Hell yeah.
Definitely a time. So it's gonna be cool though to revisit that. That's gonna be cool, man.
Yeah, like the last couple of weeks, I've been listening to like Mad 50 Cent June the mixtapes and shit.
Yeah. I'll revisit some shit.
That June mixtape era was a run. That was an era.
Yeah, man.
From like 01 to 06. That was a run.
Yeah, for real.
That's why I put 50 Cent like as my Rushmore for mixtapes.
I can definitely see that.
You knew how to do that shit.
Absolutely, man.
Especially with Unit Radio.
Yeah.
And that's right around the time that Shade 45 started popping.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Yeah,
that's how I got hip to all this shit. My dad had XM radio, so like anytime we went down to North Carolina and like we had dish TV, we had satellite TV at the time. So they have like all the channels that just played music the whole time. So I go to Shade 45, and then like they just have a whole like block of just nothing but June and shit.
Oh wow! Oh my! I would have killed for that shit as a kid, bro. I remember I used to sit around on the radio all day. That's how I used to do. That's crazy. That like a full on playlist. That's crazy.
I think that's the first time I heard 300 bars of running. Actually, when he was dissing all of June and like everybody else. Like, that's definitely one of my favorite diss tracks.
Yeah, that's a good one, man.
Oh yeah.
How to Rob though.
Oh yeah.
That's like
that was smart. That was some genius shit.
That shit was I'm about $1. What the fuck is 50 Cent? Right. Even Hove fucking responded to that shit.
Hell yeah. He like I didn't know that many people knew my name. He like I should get that nigga fruit basket or something.
Yeah, Hope respected it, man. Like he was like he liked that shit.
He's like, I see you. You know I gotta get you though, right? You know I gotta get you. Like Jay dissed him, Big Pun dissed him, Wu-Tang dissed him. I think Nas dissed him.
He says like bulletproof though, man. Literally, like he doesn't give a fuck about that shit
at all. Right? And there's nobody's gonna test him though. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, man, that's true though. Yeah,
Like he just got 10 million by anybody. I remember what BT. I think it was at the the BT Awards.
yeah.
I want to say 07, 06, 07. Yeah, this is 07. 07 because the song. What song was that? Amusement Park came out. And he didn't even spit his first verse. This nigga just walked around like the crowd in front of like his ops. No, the shirtless just walking by him.
AKA the crowd. The whole crowd was his ops, bro. He had like everybody.
He walked through the whole crowd.
Everybody, yo.
I'm like, I thought y'all about to do something.
Matter of fact, I think actually the year I was at the BET, yeah, actually there was a shooting actually in the parking lot, right? It was away from me, but it was with 50 actually. One of his security guys got shot.
Oh damn.
Yeah. I just remembered that. I was like, oh shit, I just thought BET and 50. But we know he's bulletproof, so I know he didn't get it.
Ain't nobody fuck with him, right? His beef, man. I listened to his when he was beefing with Rick Ross, off the Officer Ricky.
Yeah.
That shit. I went back and listened to that shit. That shit was funny. Officer Ricky. My man basically beefed for all of New York.
Pretty much, man.
Minus DMX. That's like the only nigga he ain't diss.
That's a good point though. I can see why he didn't do that shit too.
Right. DMX is pretty crazy. Yeah.
Might be the one dude he might be scared of, man.
All right. But I think they both had a common enemy at that time because they both didn't like Ja Rule, so they had a common enemy. I think that's why he ain't diss him. Go ahead and wrap this joint up real quick. Go ahead, Nick. Go tell everybody your name, where you from, where they support you, all that good stuff.
What's going on? Nick Neighbors, hip hop producer. You can get at me on BeatStars. That's my IG. Nick Neighbors Prod. You can get on me at BeatStars. That's my store every Monday and Thursday. New beats. Yeah, man. Beats for lease, exclusive license, custom mixes. I got everything for you. So get at me.
Of course, you follow me on TikTok and IG, A-Tone Productions, A_Tone_Productions. That's where I post all my daily hip hop content. Matter of fact, that Migos video is over like 100K now.
Wow. Right. 45 yesterday. That's crazy.
Exactly. Man. Like I'm still getting like notifications now, like with comments and likes and shit.
That's wild, man.
Wow. But yeah, follow me on IG and TikTok. Follow me on Twitch. That's doing my live streaming. Twitch, War Machine 1919. Streaming podcasts. I do my Pokemon gaming and stuff on there. Of course, subscribe to our YouTube page. Hip Hop Vibes, the podcast. It's like a Tribe Called Quest. You got to say the whole thing. Also available on Spotify, Anchor, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon, anywhere you get your podcast stuff, basically. And follow me on Twitter, Hip Hop Vibes, hip_hop_vibes. Haven't really been tweeting like that. My phone is kind of like fucking up with the app. I can only tweet from my fucking laptop.
I thought you got kicked off Twitter, man. I thought no.
I just can't tweet from my phone. But I can tweet on
that's JLH. That's JLH. My bad.
Oh yeah.
She's banned again.
No, she's been doing good. She's been doing
good. She's okay.
She's been doing good. Yeah, she's good.
She's been doing good.
I mean, she don't post like that for real, but like she has been on jail and nothing like that, so she good. And also follow me. Follow my radio show, Hip Hop Vibes Radio, every Thursday from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can go on radiofairfax.org every Thursday, 2 to 3 p.m. Or download the Intune Radio app, type in Radio Fairfax, and boom, like I said, every Thursday, 2 to 3 p.m. Check me out. Dope music all the time. And yeah. Any last words?
No, sir. Just thank you, Larry June. Way to go, Larry.
Good job, Larry.
Good job, Larry.
Numbers. With that being said, man, I'm your boy AJ.
Your boy Nick.
And this is Hip Hop Visor Podcast. Catch y'all next time.